So children, I have selected some numericals to be explained to you from exercise 3rd C. Fine. So let us do question number 6, numerical number 6. See, the question says a force of 10 Newton acts on a body of mass 2 kg. Force of 10 Newton. So force of 10 Newton acts on a mass of 2 kg for 3 seconds. So time is given for 3 seconds. Okay. So initially at rest. Okay. A force of 10 Newton acts on a body of mass 2 kg for 3 seconds. Initially at rest. That means the object was initially at rest. That means initial velocity is 0. Okay, you have to calculate the velocity acquired by the body. That means when the force was applied, what was the velocity that was acquired by the body? So velocity you have to calculate, and the next thing, change in momentum of the body. So you have to calculate delta P. Fine. So see, F is given to you and mass is given to you. So from here you can get F is equal to ma. Fine, this formula you already know. So you can find the acceleration from here. This becomes 10 upon 2. That gives you 5 meter per second square. This is the acceleration of the body. And now you have to calculate V. So V is equal, you have to calculate V. U is given to you, and you know A. T is also given to you. That means V is equal to U plus AT. This is the equation you are going to apply here. You have studied this in your previous chapter, right? So you put the values. U0 plus 5 multiplied by 3. This gives you 15 meter per second. Fine. The next thing that you have to calculate, so this is one of the answers. The next thing you have to calculate, that is delta P. So see, delta P is the change in momentum. Fine. Change in momentum. So here you can do two things. Either you can calculate it with the help of mv minus mu, or you can calculate it with the help of the formula F is equal to delta P by delta T, or delta P by T. T we are taking the time duration only, right? So let us do it with this. mv, m is 2 multiplied by v is 15 minus m is 2 multiplied by 0. So this becomes 30. Unit is kg meter per second, right? And here you can do it like this, that F is 10, delta P upon time given is 3. So you can calculate delta P is equal to 30. So both the ways are correct. You can choose any of them, right? Then this next question, that is the 7th numerical. The question says a force acts for 10 seconds on a stationary body. So let us write the given values. Force acts for 10 seconds. T is 10 seconds. Acts on a stationary body. That means U is 0. Of mass 100 kg. After which the force ceases to act. Okay. So the force was acting only for 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds the force was removed. The body moves through a distance of 100 meter in the next 5 seconds, in another 5 seconds. Fine. Calculate the velocity. So you have to find out the velocity that was acquired by the body, acceleration and force. These are the things you have to calculate, right? So here you have to understand it like a story first. See what is happening. This is the object over here, right? Suppose it is placed at a point A and it was stationary. At A it was stationary, mass was 100 kg, right? It was applied by a force. Okay, a force was applied on it. As soon as the force was applied, what will happen? The body will start moving. Okay, so the force was applied only for 10 seconds. Let us say that in 10 seconds the body reached point B. Okay, so let us say in these 10 seconds, this is the duration I am telling you about, this 10 seconds, right? So let us say the velocity acquired after 10 seconds was V. Okay, now the force was removed from it. Okay, when the force was removed, the body still moved. See, the question says the body moves through a distance of 100 meters in the next 5 seconds. At this point the force was removed, but still the body moved for 100 meters in 5 seconds. Okay, now suppose it reached the point C. Okay, so what you have to calculate? The velocity, the acceleration, the force, everything. Okay, now see, during this part of motion the body was applied by the force. Okay, that means the acceleration will be there only during this part of motion, right? Then what about this part of motion? During this part the velocity will be constant because there was no force, isn't it? When there is no force, there is no acceleration, but the body won't stop. It will continue to be in its state of motion with the same speed and same direction. That is the first law of motion. So when the force was removed at this point, the body will still continue to move in the same direction with the same velocity. So which velocity? The velocity which it acquired at point B, the same velocity. Fine. So during the motion BC, what will happen? The speed, that is V, will be equal to distance upon time, that means 20 meter per second. Fine. Now see, during the motion AB, now during motion AB what is happening? U is equal to 0, V you have calculated 20 meter per second and T was 10 seconds. So we can apply the formula V is equal to U plus AT, right? So V is 20 is equal to 0 plus A into 10. So A is equal to 2 meter per second square. Now you have A, so you can very easily calculate F. F is equal to MA. M is 100, so 100 multiplied by 2, so 200 Newton, right? So you have to understand the story first. So as I say, read the numerical again and again. Understand the story, what is behind it. See, each and every word has its meaning in any numerical. Just see the numerical again. Can you see it properly? See the numerical again. What does it say? A force acts for 10 seconds on a stationary body. So stationary body has its own meaning. Stationary body means U is 0. Then force ceases to act, that means the force was removed. This means that from now onwards the velocity will be constant, right? So each and every word has its own meaning. So just go through the numerical again and again instead of being impatient. You have to read. This is the only trick to solve any numerical in the current situations, or maybe when you're preparing for ITs or anything. Read the numerical again and again, and the question itself has got the solutions, right? The problem itself has got the solutions. So just find out the solution. The hints are all given in the question itself. Fine. So let us see another example, another question. Question number 8. Here a figure is given over here, and they say it shows the velocity time graph of a particle of mass 100 gram moving in a straight line. Calculate the force acting on the particle. So see, this is the velocity time graph. That means what we can calculate from here, we can calculate the acceleration. You have studied it in previous chapters that the slope of the velocity time graph gives us the acceleration. So you can calculate the slope. How will you calculate the slope? This upon this. Okay, so this means this, so 20 minus 0. So 20 divided by 5 minus 0. So 20 upon 5. Right? So the acceleration will be 20 upon 5, that is 4 meter per second square. Now the mass was already given to you, 100 gram. It should be converted into kg. So this will become 0.1 kg. So force you have to calculate. Force is equal to 4 multiplied by 0.1. This gives you 0.4 Newton. This is a very simple question. Another example that I wanted to show, that is 13th. A force causes an acceleration of 10 meter per second square in a body of mass 500 gram. Mass 500 gram, that means it has to be converted into kg, right? What acceleration will be caused by the same force in a body of mass 5 kg? So they are talking about two objects. So let us say A1 and M1. Okay, because we have to talk about two objects. So let us say A1 and M1, and A2 you have to calculate. The acceleration of another body is being asked, and the mass is given as 5 kg. Force in both the cases are same. That means F1 is equal to F2. F1 will be M1A1. So M1A1 is equal to M2A2. Right? Put the values over here. M1 0.5, A1 10, M2 5, A2 we don't know. So A2 is equal to 5 upon 5. This gives us 1 unit meter per second square. Then 14th numerical. A car is moving with a uniform velocity. A car is moving with a uniform velocity of 30 meter per second. Velocity is, so this is the initial velocity, we'll say 30 meter per second. It is moving with this velocity. It is stopped in 2 seconds by applying a force of 1500 Newton. Force of 1500 Newton was applied through its brakes. Calculate the change in momentum of the car. Now see, change in momentum, like we had done in previous question, F is equal to delta P upon delta T. See, delta T or T both are same here, because T is always the time interval, no? So either way say T or we write it as delta T, that is all fine. So delta P upon T was 2. So delta P is equal to 1500 multiplied by 2, and the unit will be, what is the unit? Unit of momentum, kg meter per second. Right? The next thing that they are asking, the retardation produced. Now because the car was stopped, see the question says it is stopped in 2 seconds. Stopped means what is being given over here? V is 0, final velocity is 0, right? So because final velocity is 0, you can apply the equation V is equal to u minus at, but a is not given over here. Mass is given? No, mass also you have to calculate. Okay, a we have to calculate, right? So okay, a is the retardation, right? So put the values, 30 minus a multiplied by 2, so a is equal to 15 meter per second square, and here a is not the acceleration, it is the retardation. Right? A is the retardation, and you have to calculate the mass of the car. So F is equal to ma. F is 1500, m I don't know, retardation is 15, so m is equal to 1500 upon 15, that gives us 100 kg, right? So now listen here, the change in momentum that we calculated here, that you could also calculate by applying the formula. Delta P is simply change in momentum, that is mv minus mu. So you could simply calculate it like this also. Once you calculated 100 kg, so you can get it from here, that 100 is equal to 0, 100 multiplied by 0 minus 30, and this becomes minus this. So the minus sign simply shows here that the momentum was decreasing, right? So this is how you can do, or you can simply use this formula. Both are correct, because they have first asked delta P. At that time we did not know the mass, that is why this was also correct. So both the methods are correct. So hope you will be able to do all the numericals